1966 was a year when pop music felt like it was standing on the edge of something new. Rock was growing louder and more adventurous. Soul records were sharpening their emotional, and pop radio still had room for surprises no one could have predicted. Today, we're counting down the top 15 songs from 1966 that you've forgotten. Records that once dominated jukeboxes, AM radio, and living room turntables, even if they've faded from daily memory. Somewhere on this list is a song you sang without realizing it, and another that quietly shaped everything that followed. And stay with us, because at least one of these hits was never meant to be released at all.
These are men, America's best.
Number 15, The Ballad of the Green Berets by Barry Sadler.
But only three when the Green Beret.
At number 15, we open with a song that instantly places you in a very specific cultural moment. The Ballad of the Green Berets stood apart from almost everything else on the radio in 1966.
Men who mean just what they say.
Recorded by Barry Sadler, an active-duty Army medic, the song blended patriotism with pop storytelling at a time when America was deeply conflicted. Radio stations played it non-stop, and despite controversy, it surged to the top of the charts and stayed there for weeks.
Fearless men who jump and die.
Some listeners embraced it as a tribute to service, while others felt uneasy about its timing. But that divide only fueled its visibility.
Silver wings upon their chest.
What made its success remarkable was how it outperformed rock and soul records that defined the decade. For a brief moment, sentiment outweighed style. But as the year rolled on, the charts would soon soften, making room for gentler emotions and romantic harmonies.
You don't know how many times I wish that I had told you. You don't know how.
Number 14, Cherish by The Association.
Cherish is a word that more than a flower.
At number 14, Cherish feels like a deep exhale after the tension of the previous hit. The Association were masters of smooth harmonies, and this song became their defining statement.
That I am not gonna be the one to share your dreams. That I am not gonna be the...
Built around vulnerability rather than bravado, it captured a quieter side of 1966 that often gets overlooked. The song's emotional pull came from its simplicity. No dramatic flourishes, just a heartfelt confession wrapped in pristine vocals.
To the hope in my heart each time I realize.
Interestingly, the band's label originally questioned whether it was strong enough to compete on pop radio, but audiences quickly proved otherwise. It became one of the most requested songs of the year and stayed on the charts for months.
All the feeling that I have fighting here for you inside.
Over time, Cherish turned into a slow dance staple and a soundtrack to countless teenage memories. And as romantic ballads took hold, another duo was preparing a comeback that would lean even harder into emotion. Number 13, You're My Soul and Inspiration by the Righteous Brothers. Landing at number 13, You're My Soul and Inspiration marked a major return for the Righteous Brothers. After parting ways with producer Phil Spector, many wondered if they could recreate the magic that once defined their sound. This song answered that question almost immediately. Built on sweeping emotion and dramatic pacing, it reminded listeners just how powerful Blue-Eyed Soul could be. The record climbed quickly, dominating airwaves with its soaring chorus and heartfelt delivery. DJs loved it, couples embraced it, and suddenly, the duo was back at the center of pop culture. What's fascinating is how timeless it felt even then, standing strong while rock music was beginning to experiment and push boundaries. As heartfelt ballads continued their run, the next song would deliver reassurance with urgency and become one of Motown's most unforgettable moments. At number 12, the Four Tops delivered one of Motown's most commanding performances with Reach Out, I'll Be There. From the opening beat, the song feels urgent, almost breathless, pulling listeners in with its dramatic rhythm and Levi Stubbs' unmistakable lead vocal. What many fans don't realize is that Motown executives initially debated how to release it, unsure whether its intensity would translate on pop radio. That hesitation didn't last long. Once it hit the airwaves, the response was immediate and overwhelming. The song topped charts, crossed genres, and became a defining sound of the year. Its message of reassurance struck a nerve during uncertain times, helping it resonate far beyond the dance floor. And keep this one in mind, because one of the biggest hits on our list was never supposed to be released at all. And that revelation is coming soon.
Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be.
Number 11, Monday, Monday by the Mamas and the Papas.
Monday, Monday, can't trust that day.
At number 11, Monday, Monday turned the most dreaded day of the week into a chart-topping anthem. The Mamas and the Papas had already established their signature blend of folk and pop, but this song added a layer of introspection that set it apart.
Monday morning, couldn't guarantee.
Its shifting rhythm and unpredictable structure mirrored the uncertainty described in the lyrics, making it feel surprisingly sophisticated for mainstream radio. The song climbed to number 1 and became one of the few tracks ever to win a Grammy for Best Pop Performance by a Group. What's especially notable is how effortlessly it fit alongside harder rock and soulful ballads of the time. It proved that thoughtful songwriting could still dominate the charts.
Monday, so good to me.
And as California sounds continued to shape the airwaves, the next entry would dream even bigger and cold. Number 10, You Can't Hurry Love by the Supremes.
Someone to call mine, but Mama said you can't hurry love. No, you just.
At number 10, You Can't Hurry Love showed just how effortless Motown excellence could sound. By 1966, the Supremes were already pop royalty.
Life alone, I grow impatient for a lover to call my own.
But this song felt especially relatable. Instead of heartbreak or glamour, it focused on patience, longing, and the universal frustration of waiting for something real.
She said love don't come easy. It's a game of a give and take. You can't hurry love.
The rhythm bounced with confidence, while Diana Ross delivered the message with warmth rather than drama. That balance made it irresistible to both pop and soul audiences. The record raced up the charts and became one of the group's most enduring hits, even as musical tastes were beginning to shift.
Love, love, take my mind. I need to find.
What's remarkable is how timeless it felt even then, sounding equally at home on a transistor radio or a living room console. As Motown continued its dominance, the airwaves soon turned westward, toward a song that captured longing in an entirely different way.
Into a church, I passed along the way.
Number 9, California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas.
When I got down on my knees, and I pretended to pray.
At number 9, California Dreamin' became the sound of escape. Recorded during a cold New York winter, The song painted an idealized vision of sunshine, palm trees, and emotional freedom. That contrast gave it its power. Listeners across the country felt that longing, especially as the folk rock movement blurred lines between introspection and pop accessibility. The harmonies were haunting, the flute break unforgettable, and the mood unmistakably bittersweet. What many forget is that the song gained momentum slowly, growing bigger with each week of airplay until it felt unavoidable. It wasn't just a hit, it became a cultural mood. As West Coast sounds took over the charts, British pop influence still held firm, and the next entry would prove that international polish could dominate American radio just as easily.
My love is brighter than the brightest star that shines every night above.
Number 8. My Love by Petula Clark.
My love is warmer than the warmest sunshine, softer than a sky.
Landing at number 8, My Love confirmed Petula Clark's rare ability to bridge continents. British pop stars were flooding American radio in the mid-60s, but few sounded as effortlessly comfortable as she did.
And there is nothing in this world that can ever change my love.
This song leaned into elegance rather than flash, offering a poised vocal and a sweeping arrangement that felt almost cinematic. It quickly climbed to the top of the charts, becoming one of the biggest songs of the year.
Something that I never felt before.
What made it stand out was its emotional clarity, direct, sincere, and perfectly paced. It appealed to teens and adults alike, a rare feat even then.
My love is deeper than the deepest ocean, wider than the sky.
The record's success proved that polish still had a place alongside louder, more experimental sounds. But as smooth sophistication ruled, the next hit would bring pure joy back to the dance floor in a way no one could resist.
When you snap your finger or wink your eye, I come running to you.
Number 7. I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch by Four Tops.
Tell you I don't love you, tell you that and I try.
At number 7, the Four Tops returned with one of the most instantly recognizable grooves of the decade. I Can't Help Myself exploded from the speakers with pure enthusiasm, powered by Levi Stubbs' urgent lead, Motown's flawless rhythm section.
Just your picture behind, and I kissed it 1,000.
It was the kind of song that made people move without thinking. DJs loved it, jukeboxes wore it out, and dance floors filled the moment it started. The song dominated both pop and rhythm and blues charts, proving Motown's unmatched crossover appeal.
Sugar pie, honey bun, sugar pie, sweeter than a man should be.
What's fascinating is how effortless it sounded, even though every note was carefully crafted. As joyful as it was, the Four Tops had already delivered another massive hit earlier in the year. One we teased before. And now, it's time to reveal the song that was never supposed to be a single. Number 6. Good Lovin' by the Young Rascals. At number 6, Good Lovin' delivers our open-loop payoff. This song was never intended to be released as a single. It started as a live performance staple, something the band used to fire up crowds, not climb charts. But once executives heard its raw energy and relentless drive, plans changed fast. The record hit radio and took off immediately, racing to #1 and turning the young Rascals into stars. Its call and response structure, gritty vocals, and non-stop momentum made it impossible to ignore. Unlike the polished pop around it, this song felt loose, urgent, and alive. That authenticity connected instantly with listeners. It marked a shift toward a rougher, more soulful sound that would soon dominate rock music. And speaking of heat and urgency, the next song would capture the feeling of summer like no other.
But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance on.
Number 5, Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful.
Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting.
At number 5, Summer in the City captured a side of the season most pop songs avoided. Instead of beaches and sunshine, this hit leaned into heat, noise, and restless energy.
All around, people looking half dead, walking on the sidewalk harder than a match head.
From the opening sound effects to the pounding rhythm, it felt like a sweltering afternoon on hot pavement. The Lovin' Spoonful took a creative risk by blending urban sounds directly into the record.
But at night it's a different world. Go out and find a girl. Come on and dance on.
Radio audiences loved it. The song shot to #1 and became one of the most vivid time capsules of 1966. What made it special was how real it felt. Honking cars, pounding footsteps, and the tension of a city that never cooled down. It proved pop music could be cinematic without being polished.
Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirt and gritty.
As summer burned on, the charts would soon make room for drama of a very different kind, delivered by a voice that took everyone by surprise.
When I see lips begging to be kissed, I can't stop.
Number 4, Lightnin' Strikes by Christie. At number 4, Lightnin' Strikes stood out immediately, mostly because nothing else on the radio sounded like it. Christie's soaring falsetto wasn't just a gimmick, it became the song's emotional engine.
Nature's taking over my one-track mind. Believe it or not, you're in my heart all the time.
The track told a story of temptation and consequence, building tension with every verse until it finally exploded. Some stations initially hesitated to play it, unsure how audiences would react to such an unusual vocal style.
Every boy wants a girl he can trust to the very end.
But once listeners heard it, curiosity turned into obsession. The song raced to #1 and stayed there, proving that risk could still pay off in pop music.
Baby, that's you. Won't you wait? But
Its dramatic structure felt almost theatrical, a sharp contrast to the smoother hits surrounding it. As bold as this record was, the next song would rely less on drama and more on pure attitude, and it would redefine cool overnight.
These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do.
Number 3, These Boots Are Made for Walkin' by Nancy Sinatra.
Now what's right is right, but you ain't been right yet.
At number 3, These Boots Are Made for Walkin' arrived with confidence to spare. Nancy Sinatra transformed a simple bass line into a declaration of independence, backed by a strutting rhythm that felt impossible to ignore.
One of these days these boots are gonna walk all over you.
The song's attitude made it instantly iconic, especially in an era when female voices were often framed softly. This record flipped that expectation completely. It stormed the charts and became a cultural moment, influencing fashion, television appearances, and even how pop stars carried themselves.
You've been a messin' where you shouldn't have been a messin'.
And here's where we open our final curiosity loop. One of the remaining songs not only topped the charts, but stayed there longer than any other hit of the year. As powerful as these boots were, the answer to that question is still ahead.
You keep lying when you ought to be true.
First, though, we turn to a band that pushed rock music into darker territory.
I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes.
Number 2, Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Black, no colors anymore. I want them to.
At number 2, Paint It Black signaled a turning point for mainstream rock. The Rolling Stones stripped away brightness and replaced it with urgency, tension, and a haunting edge.
No colors anymore. I want them to turn black.
The sitar-driven melody sounded exotic and unsettling, perfectly matching the song's heavy mood. This wasn't feel-good radio fare. It demanded attention. When it hit the airwaves, it felt like proof that pop audiences were ready for something deeper and darker.
I see a line of cars and they are painted black.
The song shot to number 1 and dominated playlists, standing in sharp contrast to the sunshine pop still lingering on the charts. Its success showed that experimentation wasn't just accepted, it was celebrated.
Flowers and my love both never to come back.
Yet, despite its impact, it wasn't the song that ruled the year the longest. That honor belongs to a record that felt lighter, catchier, and completely unstoppable.
I'm in love. I'm a believer. I couldn't leave.
Number 1, I'm a Believer by the Monkees.
Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
At number 1, I'm a Believer delivers our final open-loop payoff. This was the song that spent the most weeks at number 1 in 1966, dominating radio and sales alike.
Thought love was only true in fairy tales.
Written by Neil Diamond and recorded by the Monkees, it combined irresistible melody with pure optimism. Critics debated the band's authenticity, but audiences didn't care. The song was everywhere: cars, kitchens, television sets, and teenage bedrooms.
Not a trace of doubt in my mind.
Its bounce, humor, and emotional release made it impossible to escape. What's remarkable is how quickly it became a cultural phenomenon, outselling nearly everything else that year. It closed out 1966 not with experimentation or controversy, but with joy. And that staying power is exactly why it earns the top spot on our countdown.
Our love was out to get me. That's the way it seemed.
And that's our countdown of the top 15 songs from 1966. From patriotic anthems to sunshine pop, gritty soul to unstoppable optimism. This year had a sound for every mood. Now, it's your turn. Did one of these bring back a memory you didn't expect? Or is there a favorite you think we missed? Drop it in the comments. And if you enjoyed the ride, stick around. Another year and another forgotten number 1 is already waiting.
When you're on the street, you got to be able to pick out the easy meat.